Today on All Out Brick, we're going to be reviewing LEGO set 10280, the Flower Bouquet. We're going to build it and then give it a review and a score. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Christian from All Out Brick. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome to our channel, and if you've seen us before, welcome back. Today we're going to be reviewing the Flower Bouquet, which was released by LEGO in January of 2021. This set, along with the bonsai tree, which I'll be covering in another video, kicked off which I would assume is going to be quite a few sets, a series called the Botanical Collection. The Botanical Collection, as stated by LEGO, is a quote revolutionary collection that uses several elements made from a plant-based plastic, produced using sustainably sourced sugarcane. I think green engineering and sustainable practices is a great thing for LEGO to be getting into, especially in a world where we're in such a reusable state and a resource conservation state. LEGO does have the problem of being a plastic-based product. That being said, they've already sourced out plastic bags for reusable ones and are now experimenting methods to make plant-based pieces. And I think that the Botanical Collection is the perfect way to launch this. Looking at the packaging we receive, we have a nice logo in the top left corner that says Botanical Collection and highlights that this is the Flower Bouquet. Very nice image on the front with that background. On the bottom we have a sand green background of pieces, ages 18 plus, 756 pieces. I really like this art on this box. On the left side of the box, we have another image of the Flower Bouquet, and there's a little highlight at the bottom here that shows that there are pieces made from plant-based sources. In this case, it's the little bush pieces. On the back of the box, we have a more spread out image of the different flowers that are included. I really like the detail that I'm seeing from here. I cannot wait to get into this build. And there's also some pictures at the bottom. There's one of a flower bouquet displayed in a vase, and then there's the pictures of the different flowers next to each other. And then they give the height of one of the flowers themselves. All right, let's go ahead and crack this thing open. There are two tabs on the back of the box for your thumbs to just pop out. There we go. Got one. There's two. A little bit tricky here. That tab off, there we go. And I see bag one. Feels like a small bag one. Bag two. Oh, this has some long pieces in it. A bag three. Another bag two, some instructions, and that is all that we have inside. So 3 total bags, and then there's a larger bag with a bunch of random pieces in it. Not random pieces, but, and then we have the instruction manual, which is a little smaller than I had expected. Let's see if there's anything interesting on the instructions. Let's see here. Take this out. All right, so we have the front here. It's actually deceptively the front, wasn't very easy to tell. All right, so it looks like we have a highlight of all of the different flowers that are included. That's nice to know because I am not very familiar with these. And then there's a little bit of information from the designer. And it looks like it hopped right into the build. Let's see if there's anything in the back. Nope, nothing too special here. Now let's go ahead and get started with the build. Okay, so after an hour and 20 minutes, I just finished up the Flower Bouquet build. Overall, very fun build, a little bit challenging. You know, an hour and 20 minutes, it was nothing crazy. However, each of the flowers was a little bit, there was some tricky, you know, to look close and see what kind of building techniques, how to attach everything with the instructions. I personally enjoyed that part of it, so it was a nice little brain exercise for an hour and 20 minutes. In the end, of course, we get the Flower Bouquet. I want to start off and say, I think this looks excellent. I think they absolutely nailed it. The variety of the flowers is very good as well. You know, you're only building 2, or in the case of the roses, you're building 3 of each flower, so it's very quickly progressing. You go from one to the other very fast. It's only a handful of steps, again, because the stems are pretty basic. They have long axils, but the actual flower heads, of course, is where all the detail is, and those are all very quickly progressing. A lot of repetition in there, but nothing that's very boring at all. In the beginning of the instructions, it explains each of the flowers that you're building, like where they're indigenous to, the type of flower they are, and everything like that. I found this helpful because aside from the rose and the daisy, I had absolutely no idea what any of these were, but it was nice to see them go through everything and see, you know, I like that part of it. Talking about the plant-based pieces, of course, those are some of the pieces included in the set. They're made from sugarcane or plants, and this is something LEGO's trying to do to become more environmentally friendly in 2021, of course. They actually stated in the instructions that by 2030, they want all of their bricks to be plant-based. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what I thought about those pieces. Now, none of the like quote-unquote bricks are made from plant-based materials, and it's more of like the specialty pieces. However, I definitely noticed that they're a little more bendy, not quite as structurally sound as a plastic brick. This is probably something they're just gonna have to trial and error over and over up until they get that perfect combination that allows them to make bricks with the same structural integrity as the original plastic LEGO bricks. You know, I think within 9 years, they'll probably be able to crack the code on that. And before we know it, we'll be getting bricks that really feel identical and perform identical as plastic ones, but are doing a service for the environment. They also look just as good. I couldn't, if you told me beforehand, like, guess which ones were plant-based, I wouldn't have been able to guess. Given that they point out which ones are, you can tell just by like a little bit of a different feel, but they look great. They look just as good as regular LEGO bricks. The only things that I wish were a little different with the Flower Bouquet is, number one, obviously you put them in a vase, but there's no water in there, and you wouldn't put water in there because it would damage the LEGO pieces. So I wish that they included a good amount of clear 1x1 round studs that you could just pour into a vase. Obviously, this would be a lot of them though, so that would probably bump up the price a little bit. Honestly, I'm probably gonna go straight to BrickLink right after this review and just order a bunch of those clear 1x1 round pieces so I can fill it up a little bit to give it the appearance that there's water in there. Otherwise, it kind of looks a little off without water in there, but it was not the first thing I noticed. The only other thing that I had trouble with is something that I guess is very vase dependent. My vase opens up a little bit wider at the bottom than the neck. If you have a perfectly cylindrical one, that might be a little different. However, I found it a little difficult to arrange all of the flowers. It took like 10 minutes, and then once I got the hang of it, it was good to go, but for those 10 minutes was kind of like scratching the head of, you know, how do I want to arrange everything, because I could not get it to look exactly like the box. Overall though, I'm really excited to see the future of this theme. Obviously, I still have the bonsai tree to make, and that's also a part of the botanical collection, so we'll see how that build is. However, this one I absolutely loved. If you could go get this at the LEGO store, I know the stock is a little iffy here and there with it, but if you can go get it, absolutely pick it up the next time you're there, or the next time you're placing an order online. Just add this because I really had a great time with it. It's a great display piece. It's something that I think a lot of people wouldn't even notice is LEGO from far away until they get like close up, like, wait a minute, like that's LEGO. So I really enjoyed that. I'm really excited to see the future of the botanical collection theme down the line, and just see maybe in the summer and the fall we'll get some more sets. It certainly seemed like that. In the instructions you could see some images of other flowers, so I wonder if that'll come into play later on this year or perhaps next year. We'll just have to wait and see. As for a score, I'm gonna go 8-9. I'm gonna go 8-9 on the Flower Bouquet. I really did enjoy it. It was a fun build. It didn't take all that long for 700 pieces, an hour and 20 minutes. And the result is just something that's so unique, and something that I guess LEGO's really pushing, that they're making these art and these just great display pieces out of LEGO, and really focusing on that a lot more, because of course they know who the market's going to. So 8-9, that's your review. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to be the first to see all of our future content. Also be sure to check us out on our website and on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Until next time, stay bricking.